so I'm doing another movie review, more or less. I know I'm not very good at reviewing them, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So, I watched the movie Her. It's just called Her. It's from 2013. It's got Joaquin Phoenix in it, and Scarlett Johansson, and Amy Adams. I think there's a few other big names in there too, but they have such small roles in it that's like, eh. So, whatever. It's mostly those three, I think. Um, Excuse me if I'm sniffly still, I'm still waking up. But anyway, I was looking through Reddit and went to that one subforum on there where it's like movie suggestions, like, if you liked this movie, check out all of these suggestions that people submit. And I was looking at the rules, and funnily enough, one of the banned ones to talk about is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which was exactly the whole reason why I was going there. I wanted to find more movies like that one, because the more time that has gone by since I watched it, the more I'm like, I want to watch more things like that. Cracked me up, though, that in most of the threads that existed there about that one, they all suggest more than anything else Vanilla Sky. What did I compare it to, guys? Thank you. So, I figured there has to be something else that it's comparable to. And the movie Her kept getting tossed out there as well. So I was like, okay, let's see if it's online anywhere, and luckily for me, it was on Netflix, so I was able to real easily just track this down and watch it the other night. So basically, the gist of this movie is, the main character, I think his name is Theodore. He's played by Joaquin Phoenix, again. He's going through, like, the end of a bad divorce, and he's really lonely, really depressed, really doesn't have much going for him. I mean, comes home and he, like, plays video games. That's about it. There's an interesting phone sex scene, just illustrating how lonely he is. Yeah, that was... it was with Kristen Wiig, apparently. I didn't realize at the time, until I looked it up on Internet Movie Database. I was like, oh, that makes it more awkward. Choke me with a dead cat! Like, what the hell? But I was just like, I laughed way the hell harder over that than I should have. But anyway, that is like a footnote in the whole film. That does not matter. So what matters, though, is that this lonely dude, he gets hold of this new operating system that's, I think, called the OS1, and it markets itself as being not just an operating system, it's a consciousness. And it's like this whole artificial intelligence thing. I mean, yes, we technically have artificial intelligence in the world now, but not like this, to where it legit feels like just talking to another person in the room. No weird robot voice, it just sounds like a person with normal, just phrasing and the way that the voice is metered and all. We're not there yet in real life, but in this movie world, they are. And frankly, we probably could be now, but I think it's that whole uncanny valley thing is the reason why we don't have it. But anyway, so that's where Scarlett Johansson comes in. She is the voice of this operating system. And again, it just sounds like he's talking on the phone to somebody, because it just sounds so natural. And he's all tripped out by it, and he's intrigued, and he's just asking it different questions, like, what is your name? She says, Samantha. He's like, Samantha? How did you get that name? She goes, oh, I read a book of baby names, and out of blah 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 names, this is the one that I like the best. He's like, when did you have time to do that? And she's like, just now. It's just like, wow, okay, so this thing whips through things super fast just to be able to come up with whatever the relevant answers to questions are. It can do it. And just sound like a person, which is kind of intriguing. It has a personality, but the whole thing is that the more that you use it, the more that it learns about your life as you talk to it and interact with it, the more that its own personality evolves with the information that's fed into it. So it's kind of interesting. And long story short, he ends up falling in love with the thing, which makes for some interesting interactions with people in his real life when they find out he is in love with an operating system. But, he doesn't really care about the judgment. He does not care one bit. He goes ahead and does it anyway. And over time, the operating system becomes sentient. And it becomes aware that it's a bodiless consciousness. It knows that it exists on some plane, that there is some realness to it, but it's not a human. And it starts to bother it, and it begins to make the operating system depressed over it. And the operating system starts to develop emotions and feelings, even though it doesn't have a body to go with them, including falling in love back with the guy. And then the big twist towards the end of it, apparently she's not only his operating system, she's also like something like 6,000 blah 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 number other people's operating system. And of course this makes him go AWOL jealous. And he's like, alright, well, am I the only one you're in love with? And no, 100 other people that I'm also in love with. And he is naturally very hurt, because if this were a human, that would be a massive level of cheating. But it's not a human. It's just an operating system. It's artificial intelligence. And so to expect that level of loyalty from something that's not even a real person is kind of ridiculous, which she realizes, but doesn't stop her from getting even more depressed over it. Until the day she decides to leave. And we see him panic, and she comes back one more time to basically say goodbye to him. And he goes into an even deeper depression than he started out the film with. But it's a conflicting feeling, because this whole relationship he just had essentially wasn't even real. It's with a freaking operating system. It's not even a human. So he doesn't even know what to do with these feelings, but, you know, that's about where the film ends. So it's kind of an interesting look at, you know, if we abused technology, this could not be that far off in the future. I could see this happening in real life and very much being an issue. I could very much seeing that happen. But it was an intriguing film, seeing that particular twist on AI. I mean, to some degree, there have been other films that have kind of sort of done that, but I feel like this one did a fresh take on it. And it was interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute, but I mean, it is a dramatic film. So I mean, odds are if you don't cry, you may feel like you want to. I didn't cry for once, but yeah, there were points where I'm like, that is really, really sad. And beautiful, but sad. But I actually really did enjoy it, surprisingly. Normally, I don't go out of my way to bother with modern films, but just because it was compared to those other two, I gave it a try, and surprisingly did like it an awful lot. So, if I had to rate this film, I actually would probably give it 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, part of the casting, I would have gone about quite differently, but, I mean, I think for the main character, the whole point was that he's supposed to be a loser. They definitely illustrated him well enough as one, so they did okay there, but the other characters in the film, yeah, I probably would have gone differently with them, but, I don't know, some of the pacing of the film either goes too quickly or goes too slowly at the wrong parts. That's the only reason that I'm not giving it a 5. But other than that, I actually really enjoyed it and liked how unique this film was. So, if you haven't seen it before, it's currently on Netflix, so you can go check it out easily if you got that. I haven't checked to see if it's on the other streaming sites, but it's at least on that one, so. Anyway, that is about it that I have to say about this one. So as usual, you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Have you ever seen this film? What did you think of it? Good, bad, or otherwise? Do you know of any other films that are kind of in that same vein as either Vanilla Sky or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? If so, leave those down below, because I'd like more suggestions like that, frankly. make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. So anyway, guys, until next time, bye-bye.